I'd like to invite Mr. Anmol Ukey, General Manager Sales, EC and ET, Vitesco Technologies, India. He is associated with Vitesco Technologies from past 8 years, currently holding the position of General Manager Sales. He is seasoned professional in automotive market, covering sales and strategy management for 18 years. He has an expertise in powertrain product sales in entire professional journey. Mr. Anmol Ukey will deliberate upon strategies to counterbalance the factors impacting automotive supply chain, optimization of inventory management to handle risk potential effectively, and rational techniques to manage the shifts in supply chain to meet emerging challenges. So, delegates, let's welcome Mr. Anmol.
Thank you, Trisha. What I believe that I will be more generalized in terms of the supply chain, what the challenges which we are facing or the industry is facing. As you all know, Vitesco is a spin-off company which is coming from Continental Corporation. Continental Corporation is around 43 billion euros company. We are having approximately 450 locations where we are associated. So let us quickly come to the supply chain activities, how it is and how we see that the industry will move ahead. So what I see in automotive industry is a bit complex if we compare the other industries. Here, if you see approximately 3,000 to 3,500 different components comes together, and which makes a car or a truck or any kind of a vehicle which we have. If we talk about for this complexity, if we add the globalization also on top of it, it becomes more and more complex. And in this pandemic situation, the situations are getting worse. Before pandemic situations, yes, it was the complex, but right now, looking at the pandemic, it is totally going into the backbench. If we talk about something related to the cost, we believe the cost of the products or the child parts are going drastically at the higher side day by day. Moreover on that, if we talk about for the Make in India, which Mr. Prasad has shared, government has added roughly around 2.5 to 5% of import duties on any kind of the components which we are taking outside the country, which is hitting the backbone of the entire supply chain at this point of a time. Also, if I talk about for the logistics, so from the logistic point of view, also due to the pandemic, it is becoming a cumbersome job across the globe. But here at India, we are facing a lot of challenges. As we all know, previously before the pandemic, the flights or any kind of the shipments which were there, if you can say, it was there for the frequency of 4 to 5 days a week, has been reduced to almost 1 or 2 days. So in that sequence, if we are seeing any kind of the products which are coming from China or from Europe or from US, it is either delayed. On top of it, the cost is high, and the entire supply chain ecosystem is hampered. On the other side, if we talk about for the fuel cost in the country, it is touching roughly around 3-digit numbers for the petrol, which I know here at Pune, it is crossed to 105 at this point of a time, and the diesel is also reaching to the level of 3 digits. So in a nutshell, what I would like to share is the supply chain is in the tremendous pressure at this moment, looking at the overall situation. As I talked about, these many components which the OEMs are required to make a one single car, if any kind of the critical component is is into the shortage, or if we are having a delay, or any kind of the scenario it is there, then we are foreseeing a line down situations at the OEMs, which I have not seen such type of critical situations in my tenure of 2 decades. As we are more into the electronics, into the ECUs or injectors or the high pressure pump, many of the electronic components are there who, as we talked about, moving towards the BS6, the automobile right now, it is not a mechanical, it is an mechatronics. So we supply a lot of electronics goods into the market. During the pandemic, the electronics requirement of the entire globe has elevated in a big way. Everybody wants the mobile, everybody wants a TV, ACs, each and everything. So due to that, there is a lot of shortages which are coming across from the microcontrollers which are used in the automobiles, and we are seeing a very heat up situations at Tatas, at Mahindras, and various different companies where we supply our products. So on this, as we know that the entire industry is struggling, and on that, the supply chain managers which we have, they are always on the toes, and the same thing we see across the ecosystem. So let me throw some ideas how we can correct this, or if any such type of situations are there, how to deal with such type of issues moving ahead. So what we believe that we should have in the India, a crisis management team which should be governed at the highest levels onto the good forums, wherein they can keep a good watch on the entire ecosystem, right from the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 to the OEMs, and the supply chain activities can be streamlined. We also see that India is struggling. I will not say struggling, but from the capabilities point of view, in terms of the technologies and in terms of the manufacturing, we are lagging behind from the developed countries. So we should also improvise on that, so that the technology and the manufacturing can be linked to the growth over here at India. We have learned a lot into this pandemic situation. So the panelists were saying for the inventories and all those things. So we used to work on 3 days inventories before the pandemic, but due to the crisis situation right now, it has been increased to 5 to 5.5 days. So if the inventories are not there, if the material is not there, then it is also getting a direct impact on the labor which we use, or the casuals which we use. We cannot keep them idle. So if the demand is also not there, then also we are moving ahead in terms of the productions. What we see that in the complete ecosystem, we should have a close monitoring system, wherein each and everything can be captured at the correct point, and the supply and the demand can be fulfilled at the correct time. So it is not only the supply and demand at this point of a time, but the cost, the inventories, or anything related to the timelines are hampering a lot. Suddenly the OEMs gets the order, and it is not like that we are having any kind of a magic band that it will also accelerate the momentum inside. But yes, logistics and the supply chain is playing a vital role in our organization, and also I believe in the entire automotive community. So with these few of the glimpses and the ideas, I would like to pause myself over here. Thank you very much.